Welcome to Happy Time Story Time. We're reading Legos Ninjago Masters of Spinjitzu, Secret World of the Ninja. Let's see what we're going to learn about today. Do you see there's Kai, there's who? Lloyd, Zane, Jay, and Cole, and Nia. And they're fighting the darkness back there. And how the darkness, if they don't fight, the darkness will prevail. And we can't have that. And remember, this is for all ages to enjoy. Collectors, kids, and everybody, even adults. Let's do it. Alright, we're learning about, hey, Ninja Cole. So let's get into that and do a little bit of learning like we like to be earning. Okay, what have we learned from Cole? He actually is a ninja. He is able. He's tough. He's a tough guy. And so what we can do is we can do Philippians 4:13. I can do all things through Christ which strengthens me. This is perfect for Cole's raw physical power and ability to take on huge challenges. This is what Cole does. He has strength. He has the skithy of quakes. He's a ninja, a fellow ninja. He is learning to be flexible, open minded. He mixes strength with understanding. He still loves having his. He does his killer dance moves like do 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 do. We're gonna dance, 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 dance. Do you see that? That's one that we can do, and then we're gonna do one more that also talks about that. Psalms 18:32. It is God that girdeth me with strength, and maketh my way perfect. Earth ninja strength that comes from the Lord. Yes, yes, yes. That's what these moral lessons and everything is about. To apply knowledge and spiritual understanding to Legos. That's the fun thing. And for all to enjoy. Everybody. Now we go into Cole's ability. He's known for strength and dependability. That's the one thing that and courage and being a leader. That's something that we all have to go through, and that's what we are quoting with Joshua 1:9. Have not I commanded thee? Be strong and of good courage, for the Lord thy God is with thee whithersoever thou goest. A leader's courage verse. It fits Cole's guiding the team. He's a leader. Yeah, most will think that Kai is, and maybe a little bit of Zane, but Cole is the rock. He's the tough guy who is all about discipline, understanding. But Master Wu teaches Cole that it's not just about being a solid rock. It's about being flexible, learning to mix the incredible strength with flexibility of mind and understanding in body. And you can have fun along the way, like he loves doing dance moves and everything. But his motto is stay strong, show no weakness. That's why Cole is the rock of the team. He makes sure that the team stays focused, doesn't stray from their goal, and keeps pushing forward. And we'll probably learn about Zane too. Zane's a pretty cool guy too. He's an android. He's focused on, stuff too. But now we're going to go down, and these weapons here that he has, these blue jades, this is the techno blades. And they're attached to this golden thing here. And remember what happens with the techno blades? If they hit a vehicle, the vehicle does what? It turns into something that they need to fight the darkness that's surrounding them so that they can have light and leadership. And that's where we get this, what we're talking about is Proverbs 3, 5, and 6. Trust in the Lord with all thine heart, and he shall direct thy path. Cool, steady, and dependability leadership. That's what we just talked about. He's a steady leader. He's strong in mind and body, and he knows that Master Wu is always there to teach him, like the Master Khan of in there that Genghis Khan talked about. Genghis Khan was one of the strongest leaders in Asia. He was Mongolian, and he built the Mongolian Empire to conquer the known world. And the one thing is, he understood, though, that there was one God, one understanding, one mind. So that, and that he appointed him to be the solid rock that would lead the Mongolian Empire to its greatest glory. And so that's kind of what we're talking about here. Coal's like the rock, like Genghis Khan is to the Mongolians. Coal's a rock to the ninjas. And so now we're going to talk about strength and determinability. That's plus determination. It's Psalms 18:2. The Lord is my rock and my fortress and my deliverer. Cole is the rock of the team, like we just talked about. This verse matches that identically true to him. It's important to always have foundation of spirit, mind, and body. Not just mind. That's what Master Wu was teaching Cole. Is you can be physically fit, you can be mentally fit, but if you don't have that spiritual understanding, you won't have the patience to actually be a strong leader. And that's the one thing that Cole is learning along the way. And so that, and also what we can say is, there's another verse that actually talks about that. It's First Corinthians 15:58. Be ye steadfast, unmovable. This is perfect. He's the rock and reliability. Cole is the core of the team. He's not going to let the team down. He's going to make sure that the team stays strong mentally, physically, and spiritually, because he's being taught by Master Wu to do that. Master Wu's whole goal is to teach the ninjas of the three parts: flexibility, mental strength, and spirituality. So always remember to keep that. It's not just about physical, it's about all three of those. He also, his favorite weapon is what? Strength, the Scythe of quakes. Now there's a good verse that talks about that in Psalms 18:7. When the earth shook and trembled, the foundations also of the hills moved. So quake power fits Cole elemental ability perfectly. When he hits the ground, the hills move, the mountains flow, everything just moves in place. But he also has to learn again, like what we're saying, we're rehashing it again. It's important that it's not just about the blade, the Scythe of quakes. It's about understanding when to use it, when to lead your team, and when to push forward. And then there's another one, Micah 1:4. And the mountains shall be molted under him, basically melted. And whatever he hits, it just, remember when the storyline, it just breaks in half and makes a huge open spot. And so he's got to be careful when he uses it. It's not something that he can half-heartedly do. Keep that in your forefront when you have the strength muscle-wise, the mental. But remember, without spirituality and understanding, that you are not complete. We have to be complete. That's what Master Wu is teaching the ninjas. Those three concepts. And we're going to constantly reinforce that throughout this lesson of Cole. Because Cole has to know that it's not just the body, it's not just the mind, it's the spirit that leads the team. Okay, and one thing that he likes is climbing. That's a very important thing to Cole. This is Psalms 12:1 and 2. I will lift up mine eyes unto the hills. My help cometh from the Lord, perfect for a climber of mountains. That's what Master Wu is teaching him, that he has to have faith that he can do it. He has to rely on the spiritual part that he's being taught, the understanding, and to keep pushing forward, not letting one rock, maybe one thing to get ahead. And sometimes when Cole might get up halfway, he has to realize that he has to come back down, make sure that he builds up strength, and every day push higher up, higher up, higher up, till he climbs to the very top. He doesn't want to push too far and then fall and not be there for his team. So always remember that patience, strength, practice, and understanding is what will make you a true ninja like Cole. Yeah, I love that. I love it, love it, love it. One thing he does also is down here. His dislike is he dislikes loyalty and snakes. So we know that he dislikes that. And that's why we also have the verse Psalms 91:13. Thou shalt tread upon the lion and the adder. What an adder is a snake, a venomous viper. And the lion is one that has the mouth and claws that with one or two swipes, it could just destroy anything in its path. When a lion is in, combat, it's all over, as I like to say about the crying. And so, and if it can't, claw you, its mouth and its massive teeth will also hurt you really bad. So always remember that what you say, what you think, how you act, and who you are is like a lion or an adder. Do you want to be like that, or do you want to be the solid rock like Cole? That sometimes you have to hold your tongue. You have to make sure that, like what Master Wu talked about in Legos teaching Cole, that it's not just about strength. It's not just about mind. It's about spiritual and patience. And that's what he's trying to teach Cole, Master Wu, is to be a leader of the group as a solid rock. Okay, then we have another one, and we'll move on to what Cole, he takes care of his dragon. We are talking about the data that he is learning and applying. We have one more. Mark 16:18. They shall take up serpents. What that means is he's going to be able to grab it in his hand and say, I will not be like that. I'll be the solid rock of my team, and I will not be moved, because I have not just strength, not just mind, I have the spirit of the team to push forward, so that they know, even when it looks like they're surrounded and there's no way they can get out, Cole will step up and say, guys, you can do it. Master Wu taught us, and we are a team, one in the same. Okay, now we're going to come down. He has a really cool dragon. His dragon's name is Rocky. And Cole at first he didn't really like dragons. He was very scared of them. But then he met his Earth dragon, Rocky. Cole then ended up kind of being like his daddy, and he took care of him. He showed him so much love and affection. He would give him treats. He would even get like he would mail in to get special treats, even more special treats for his. He basically thought of him as this little sweet baby dragon, Rocky. And so that's why we're going to talk about how Cole had the heart of a dad and the heart of faith to also trust and to show Rocky love. And this is perfect. It's Proverbs 12:10. A righteous man regardeth the life of his beast. And that's what Cole did. Perfect for Cole giving Rocky special treats and caring for him. It's big, big that he did that. He put aside his fear to love. And that's one thing that we also have to remember when we master the three things of mind, strength, which is your body, and spirit. They will all come together, and you will have compassion, love, and patience. And that's the one thing that you will eventually learn, and that's how you become a ninja. That's the one thing that these ninjas, Kai, Cole, Zane, and Jay, master, and eventually Nia will too. Patience, love, and charity. That's the coolest thing. I just love it. And then there's another one that I love. I love reading. It's Matthew 7:11. 7:11. That's a little bit. That's funny. How much more shall your Father which is in heaven give good things to them that ask him? See, that's the one thing. Rocky didn't have to ask Cole to love him, to be who he was supposed to be. Cole just loved Rocky for Rocky, and Rocky knew that, and so Rocky would fight to the bitter end to protect Cole. He might not be Rocky, as we look in some of the stories, isn't the strongest dragon, isn't the biggest dragon, but he's the most loyal. He's one of the most loyal dragons to Cole, and Cole knows that he can count on Rocky to come to his aid and make sure that they're safe. And he will also fight to protect Rocky too. That's his dragon, the Earth Dragon. Then there's another one that's really, really, really a good one. It's Proverbs 23. Be thou diligent to know the state of thy flocks. The flocks are what these dragons need. He has to know when Rocky isn't feeling good, when Rocky needs more love, when Rocky needs to go out for a fly, like he takes him out for trips and stuff like that. It's perfect for caring, watching over, and providing. That's exactly what Cole learned when he overcame and he loved Rocky as one of his best friends ever. And that's one thing that now we're going to go in and dive into a little bit. We dived into the heart of Cole, the mind of Cole, and the spirit of Cole. Now we're going to talk about some of what Cole and what makes Cole Cole in the Ninjago. He believed in staying strong and showing no weakness. But the weakness that he's talking about, mind, body, and strength, and we would think that it's the physical weakness that he's saying. No, he makes sure his team stays training and mentally strong. He also has this really, really cool bot. It's called the Earth, EARTH driller. It's serious. When they need to get into the earth to break down, maybe go after guys that might have dug in, like the snakes. There's these type of snakes. I think it's the I forgot the name of them. Darn. Sometimes I do. It's the ones that do a boa constrictor. There's like four different types of snakes, or five. There were the anaconda. There were the ones that if they bit you, you turn into a snake. There was one that if they got around you, they could choke you and destroy you because of their strength. There was one that would poison you by just shooting the stuff, and you would start seeing different visions. And there was one that would turn you into a trance, so that you would be out there basically beck and call. You would have nothing. You would do what they wanted, and that's it. And remember what happened? Those snakes each had a fang, and their whole goal was it was Pythor's whole goal was to take all those fangs, put them together, and summon the Great Devourer. And so that's kind of why he has that drilling device, was so that he can drill down and stop the bad guys that are under the ground. Cole, I think he won, if I'm not mistaken, also a dancing contest. And he just loves dancing. He loves relaxing, having a good time. You can't be tense all the time. You got to have fun. You know what I mean? He loves practicing weightlifting. As you can see up here, he lifts Cole and Nia. He also, again, like he has his pet Rocky that he goes probably for flying out with. Practices his weapons, the techno blades, and he also loves probably drilling and figuring out the proper ways to do it. So, what can we do to take away what can we take away from this? We could take away that Cole not only had to overcome strength, not only to overcome mind, but he had to incorporate what Master Wu told him, spirit. And when all those were complete, he became a leader. And I know, my friends, that you also have that ability in certain areas, whatever the Lord's guided you in. Remember, we talked about the mind, the body, and the soul and spirit, soul, spirit. That if you put those all together, you will become a leader in any area you like or you can do. But remember, make sure it's safe. And I always say this, that we do our motto of helping one Lego at a time, one ninja at a time, one hero at a time, and one person at a time to make the world a better place. And also remember to show love, be safe, and have a good time learning. But be safe always. Don't do silly things. Cole had to learn that. That's what Master Wu taught him. I just had to throw that in there because I really care for you, and I love you, and I want to make sure you're safe, and you incorporate what we've learned here to make you a complete person. So just remember that. And like what we say, always remember to like, favorite, and subscribe, and come back to Happy Time Storytime for more videos. The Happy Time Storytime loves you, my friends. And remember, drop a comment down below anywhere that you're thinking. If you have a Bible verse, if you have a thought, if you have something. But please make it nice because a lot of the comments are read by everybody. And we want it to be positive, happy, to build, and not to break down. Okay? Be blessed, my friends, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.